All right, it's 6 o'clock. I'm going to go ahead and call this county board meeting to order. John, if you could call the roll, please.
Peter. Here. Atkins. Connett. Here. Crawford. Here. Darcy. Here. Goddard. Here. Graff. Here. Hall. Here. Harris. Here. Howder. Here. Hovey. Here. Emmett. Here. Josting. Here. Longfellow. Here. Minnell. Here. Mingus. Here. Trail. Here. Rich Simpson. Here. Roberts. Here. Scortino. Here. Sin. Here. Chairman Zimmerman. Here.
We have a quorum. We'll do business. If we could rise for the invocation and pledge. Heavenly Father, what a privilege it is to come into your presence and ask for your wisdom and guidance as we contemplate these issues tonight. I pray that the things that we say and do will honor you and honor the citizens of Tazewell County. Thank you for all the citizens that have come out this evening and our employees. We thank you for them, and it is an honor to serve them. I pray that our board can debate these issues and come together as one, even on those issues where we disagree. Lift up our healthcare providers, Father, as they fatigue with COVID as it continues to go on. I pray for our health department. Thank you for what they've done thus far, and thank you for our sheriff's department in the fact that they put their lives on the line, that we can move about freely in society. We know that you're a great God, and we love you, and we know that you're sovereign, and even in these chaotic times, we take hope in that. And we pray all these things in your name. Amen. Amen. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I feel a little helpless tonight. I don't have my clone here. So, anyway, we have a presentation tonight from Chris Setti from the EDC, the Greater Peoria EDC. I told him the longer he goes past 10 minutes, the less his investment will be next year. So he knows what he's doing. So, Chris, thank you.
I was also warned, Mr. Sullivan really wants to be able to see the Bradley game, so I've got all sorts of pressure. I hope you all can hear me. My kids tell me I have a nice, loud voice, and such a crowd. I'd like to think you all are here to see me, but probably there's something more important on the agenda. I always appreciate an opportunity to speak to the Tazewell County Board and to your citizens and your employees. You're a really important part of Greater Peoria. I just wanted to share a little bit of information on the year we had and a little bit more on the year we're going to have going forward. So first, whenever I make these presentations, I like to just give you a little bit of data, and this is the employment numbers. This is through the November 2021 employment data. It actually, tomorrow, December comes out at the local level, so I could have, if we waited one more day, I could have had this updated. But as you see, employed persons has bounced along here for a while. You can see the low point there in April of 2020. And so we're back up very close to where we were pre-COVID, March 2020, even though COVID obviously happened in March. The statistics kind of show that however they did the survey that month, we didn't really see the drop in unemployment until April in the numbers, even though it may have been in mid-March. So that's kind of been our guidepost, is that are we back to where we were? But the reality is, and if we showed this back further and further, we're not where we were, years and years ago. It's been bouncing along for the last couple of months, and so just when you think it's a trend, it's going to move up and then move down. I'm actually expecting December might move a little down as the national economy employment numbers go, so tend to our numbers, but it should be, we're just talking about minor fluctuations. The employment rate, which I never like because it only measures people who are looking for work as unemployed as opposed to people who aren't looking for work, but we're down to a 3.7 unemployment rate. These numbers, and I was just talking to Mr. Crawford about this, the employed person's number could be much larger. What we're having right now, usually when we talk about employment problems, we're talking about a lack of jobs. At the moment, we're really talking about a lack of workers. That's a tough nut to crack, and we're going to keep at it in trying to get people back to work. So in terms of what the GPEC, Greater Peoria Economic Development Council, accomplished in the last year with the help of your investment. Number one is we launched our new a comprehensive economic development strategy. You can find this online. The website's here at the bottom. It has 4 broad areas of goals. One around business, one about workforce and developing a talent pipeline in the region, one about quality of life, and all the things that we enjoy about the place that we live, and then a set of goals around resources. We are really blessed with natural resources, from our amazing farmland to the river bluffs and the river itself, that we want to be able to take advantage of those things. I always point out when I talk about the SEDS, that it is not our work alone as the GPDC. We have tons of partners. The farm bureaus, the Convention and Visitors Bureau, our chambers of commerce, our housing authorities, our communities individually. It is really a comprehensive plan. There's things you will find in here that I will never report to you on because they're not the job of Greater Peoria Economic Development Council. But in putting together the plan, all of those things will work together. Transportation, tourism, housing, all of those things impact economic development. So the plan has to reflect that, and then we have partners that are hopefully working on those things. So some of the results, some of the things we did kind of specific to Tazewell County. Business attraction, which is the thing that people think about the most when they think about the Economic Development Council. The Amazon Fulfillment Center was a big announcement that happened about April of last year. Still waiting for construction to start. Last I heard, they were waiting on IDOT for improvements to Route 98. They need to make a second entrance. So, with supply chain issues and construction, everything's behind. But that will be big for the North Pekin area. Regal Enterprises, which is out on Wagon Cellar Road, which I know Jim Cummings and Sally Hanley have been talking to you all about with a potential CDBG grant. That's a really great company as well that will be coming here. We continue to respond to requests for information about sites. 19 properties were submitted in Tazewell County for 11 different requests for information over the last year. We haven't heard, some of them we never hear back on. Some of them we do, and we find out it went to Atlanta or Texas. We rarely lose to another Illinois community, so you can take that for what you want to take it at. One of the things we did, we created this really great video for the Pekin South Industrial Park. That is probably the best asset that we have in the entire region when it comes to marketing for economic development, because of its utility served, its rail served. It's now Canadian National, which is the rail that runs by there. It's got it as one of their top sites that they're marketing. So we developed this with the city of Pekin, this really nice video. You can go out on the Data Hub and look at it if you'd like. We also, though, it's just as important to support the businesses we have. As much as we enjoy, the ribbon cutting of a company that might come here, and we'll all be excited when North Pekin has that fulfillment center, most of our jobs come from the companies that we have. And this last 2 years with COVID, we've done a lot of work on behalf of Tazewell County and in cooperation with Tazewell County and your communities to really help support small businesses, which is not an area that the GPDC tends to be known for working so much with the bars and the restaurants and the beauticians. But that's really where some of the problems have been, obviously, with COVID. One of the things I'm most proud of is that GPDC was selected to be a community navigator through the Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity. And we built partnerships with chambers in Pekin, Morton, East Peoria, and Washington to help do outreach and assistance with the Back to Business grant. So far, we've got $590,000 awarded to 13 different businesses in Tazewell County, and we're hoping that more will be coming. They've only spent about half of the money. They're at $120 million of the $250 million in that program. So we're expecting to see more in the coming weeks with that. Community support. Lots of, again, Jim Cummings and Sally Hanley have been working with you all as you've transitioned from having a loan program to this public infrastructure program and helping you to be able to do that. We were the winners of a cooperation opportunity with the Accelerate Illinois. I don't know if Mr. Hovey's here, since I've actually never met you in person, I just talked to you on the phone, to do some broadband planning with Tazewell County. I know that you just had a meeting a couple of, maybe last week that was well attended and helping to shape broadband planning in the region. We've been working with some of your smaller towns that around what's called the Local Cure program, and now the ARPA funding that they're getting. As you all know as county board members, and some of you who represent very small communities, they don't have a city manager. They may have a part-time mayor. They may not have somebody who's regularly checking their emails, but they've got money that's owed to them or due to them. And so my director of outreach and rural development has really been working one-on-one with these businesses, with these communities to make sure that they're taking advantage and at least know what the rules are. With the ARPA money, and you guys are having that discussion later tonight about a portion of your ARPA money, every community, no matter what size, got something, but they all had to claim, they all had to go through a process of actually registering their community so they knew where to basically put the money. I was very proud in the 5 counties that we cover, we had all but 2 communities claim their distribution, and those 2 proactively declined taking it. So it's not that they didn't know, and that was my fear. When somebody would wake up one day and say, where did my money go? And well, you didn't do something. So they proactively chose not to do it. And then in workforce development, again, very important. Career Spark, which we've talked about a couple of times, is our 8th grade expo. We actually did it twice in 2021, but these are just the numbers from the actual 2021. The other one happened in 2021, it was really 2020, the 2020 event. So that's our online career expo. We've had 821 8th graders from Tazewell County schools. And that's a picture of a groundbreaking, and kind of a virtual indoor groundbreaking because it was pouring rain that day at Illinois Central College. But we worked with ICC to get a $3 million US EDA grant to build what will be the Workforce Sustainability Center on their campus at East Peoria, helping with manufacturing careers, HVAC, solar panel installation, and truck driving. And then startups and innovation. This sometimes may feel less like Tazewell County because the big effort is a project in downtown Peoria called Distillery Labs. But I will argue that it's just as important to Tazewell County as it is to Peoria County. It just happens to be physically located in downtown Peoria, but it will be a center of innovation and entrepreneurship that serves the entire region. We were able to secure a $2 million EDA grant to finalize the capital. For that, we should see some construction starting in late March, early April for Distillery Labs. But the programming has started now, and through our office have been working on things. This is called Biz Labs. Anybody's available to go to these. They happen every week. And then finally, this talent attraction campaign, which doesn't quite fit. It's kind of part business attraction, it's part workforce development, but it's really important, and it's another great partnership. The theme of these last few years for us has really been flexibility to meet the challenges where they are, but also collaboration with our partners. So the CEO Council, the Peoria Convention Bureau, and all of our regional chambers of commerce, Pekin, Morton, East Peoria, have all gotten together, and we recognize we've had talent loss, we've had population loss. The 2020 census brought that clear. So what are we going to do about it? So we've launched a talent attraction campaign. This is Greater Peoria. We've got a digital presence in the Chicago area, so people who are on Facebook or LinkedIn, mostly Facebook, see ads about moving to Peoria. We've actually had some really great success. I won't go into all of the numbers, but this is something that's really important because we know how great it is here. It's why we live here. So we want to be able to let other people know why it's so great here. There's a woman, she's in Peoria. She's been very focused on just one section of Peoria, but she has TikTok, which I had to learn about. But she's got a TikTok account, and she highlights old houses in the West Bluff of Peoria, which is actually kind of where I live. She's had over 60 people move to Peoria, and I've met them. So this isn't like somebody saying they've they've done this. I've met these people because they saw a cheap house. They come in from Salt Lake City, they're coming from Seattle, they're coming from California, where the costs are just extravagant. And so this is something that we need to do as a region to put together. Finally, when I had coffee with Mrs. Zimmerman the other day, just talking about the American Rescue Plan and how you all are going to utilize your funds. And those are big decisions. There's lots of opportunities, there's lots of needs. Anytime I've had a chance to talk to a group of folks that are making this decision, I would just ask that when you think about it, about all of the ways that it could be used, that you think back to that comprehensive economic development strategy or your own strategies as a board, and think about how you can utilize a portion, just a small portion of those dollars to invest in the future of your region, and think about economic development. COVID relief for businesses. Fulton County, of the 7.7 million, I'm sorry, the 6.6 million that Fulton County is getting, they're carving off $750,000 to give grants to small businesses, especially those in rural areas. The Peakins and the East Peorias and the Mortons, they've got mechanisms that they've been able to work with their local groups, but some of our smaller communities, those bars and restaurants, didn't have quite that. Replenish your revolving loan fund. The state made you get out of the revolving loan fund business, but it was actually a really, really good project or program that you offered small businesses and medium-sized businesses to help them grow. So that's one other way you might think about it. You could support Distillery Labs. It's going to have an operating needs every year, and you could help offset some of those costs. And GP 2030, which is the name of that talent traction campaign. Again, these are things that return on investment. I recognize you have lots of needs and lots of opportunities to use this money, but I'm not doing my job if I don't at least share with you that this is there are opportunities within economic development. I probably went over 10 minutes, so. Any questions? Otherwise, most of you know, if I haven't met you before, I'd be more than happy to speak with you individually. You can reach me at either of those ways. And so thank you very much.
Thank you, Chris. Just two things. First of all, I think TikTok, don't you need to do a little dance? And
probably, but I'm not going to.
And then, the other thing, over the past 2 years, with all the COVID grants, cures money, I can't express enough how much the EDC has helped us. We don't have the staff or the expertise to do a lot of these things that they really helped us do. So, Chris, thank you for everything you do, and thanks for your presentation.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, one of the things that Chris talked about was trying to keep people in the workforce, and unfortunately, it's this time of the evening where somebody is leaving our workforce. So, Crystal, if you could come forward, please. Mike. So Mike's going to read the plaque that, who doesn't know Crystal in this room? And she's been here 36 years. And I just want you guys to know, I love my dad so much. But Crystal had to deal with guys like my dad who say, who are you to tell me how to deal with my land? And she did it in a way that was tactful, and people leave her office, maybe not agreeing with what happened, but feeling good about Crystal and the way she made them feel. And she's, about a year and a half ago, she approached about this is the time that she's going to leave. And I wasn't looking forward to this time, but this is her last county board meeting. She'll be, when's your last day? February 11th. So Mike, could you read that plaque, please?
Sure. For 36 years of dedicated and committed service to the citizens of Tazewell County, the Tazewell County Board extends deep appreciation and gratitude. Best wishes for health and happiness. Crystal Bach.
I'm going to miss so many people. It's going to be hard to walk out February 11th, but you all do my heart.
You will be missed.
Miss you all.
Thank you so much.
Can we still call you? We have so many questions.
I was a phone call away.
will be missed, Crystal. Any communications from members of the public or county employees? All right, seeing none, any communications from elected or appointed county officials? Greg?
I just wanted to give everybody an update. As you know, in late last year, Craig Fink announced that he was retiring in late February. We have been moving forward, searching for a replacement. We're moving along. My plan is to have a recommendation to the board to approve at the February meeting. We're hoping that we'll be able to do that as long as IDOT cooperates. We have to wait on them a lot of times, so we may be appointing an interim in that until we get the final approval. So I just wanted to let everybody know that we are moving along, and I think we have a good candidate. We found somebody I think that's going to work out well.
Thanks for that update, Greg. I know who you're talking about, and I think it's a great choice. So, any other comments? Seeing none, can I get a motion to approve the minutes from November 17th and December 20th? Motion by Con, second by Darcy. Any changes, deletions, corrections? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, minutes pass. We do have one in-place meeting tonight for executive. Sue, could you call the roll, please?
Chairman Zimmerman?
Here.
Harris?
Here.
Atkins? Connick? Here. Darcy? Here. Graff?
Here.
Emmett?
Here.
Joski?
Here.
Longfellow?
Here.
Mennel?
Here.
Frail? Here. Sin?
Here.
You have a quorum.
All right. Let me get a motion to get this on the floor, then I can explain it. Motion by Emick, second by Mennel. Chris said he mentioned supply chain issues tonight, and they're having difficulty replacing trucks out at the health department. And I think Craig Fink was able to find a truck, and so if it went to bid, we probably would lose it just because they're in high demand. So anyway, is there any questions about this? Yeah, go ahead, Monica.
I want to thank Craig for doing that and finding that. Our township had a chassis ordered for a year now and has been unavailable. So I noticed where this truck is coming from, we got it at the same place, so with the state bids. So I want to thank him and Mr. Mennel. Thank you.
Greg?
Yeah, we're basically 3 years behind on these service trucks. If we didn't get this one, we'd be 3 years behind, and we try and replace equipment so we don't have everything breaking down at once. So it's really important, I think, to get this truck. Thank you.
All right, any other questions? Executive, all those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion passes. All right, down to the consent agenda. Item 15 will automatically be pulled. Any other items? Can I get a motion for the remainder? Motion by Crawford, second by Graff. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Can I get a motion for appointments A through D? Motion by Prail, second by Joesting. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? And then finally, E2214 that just came out of executive. Can I get a motion to get this on the floor? Motion by Roberts, second by Mennel. Any questions? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Any unfinished business? Any new business? I hope you all had a chance to review the bills that came out. Can I get a motion to approve the calendar for 22? Motion by Shortino, second by Rich Simpson. Any changes? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, we will pass the calendar. Just one quick announcement before we adjourn. Somebody in the board office is turning 65 tomorrow, so you may want to say hi to Mrs. Beanie on your way out and wish her a happy birthday. So, I didn't say it was her, I just said say hello. Brandon, I'm sorry, did you have something?
Mr. Chairman, did you declare the in-place committee meeting in recess?
I probably did not.
Okay,
So-
I'm not the parliamentarian, but if we could.
Let's go ahead and do that. Can you wind back the Facebook tape there? So, we are in recess from executive. Thank you, Brandon.
You're welcome.
If there's no other business, we are adjourned until next month. Thanks, everyone.